All right. Well, I just want you guys to know that we're here to let you all know what's up, why we left Quartzsite. And I want to know, first of all, despite what some people say, it was not because it's toxic or dangerous by any means. In fact, we've spent quite a bit of time there the last 3 years, and we've always felt perfectly safe. We've loved the place. In fact, we hated to leave. And it was only medical reasons that we left. And let's just try to explain it. Right? So, it started on the way down at one point, somewhere on the trip down to Quartzsite. And, we meandered down for 9 days or so. And somewhere along the way, I remember Sue saying to me, I have to sneeze, but I can't. I'm like, okay, because sometimes she says stuff like that to me and doesn't really kind of make sense to me. So, but I'm like, okay, she has to sneeze and she can't. And I try to remember the time when I had to sneeze and I couldn't, and I did, kind of. When I had the flu real bad a couple times, when you couldn't take a deep breath, so I mean, all right, whatever. But we didn't really realize then
didn't even think about
that
that
this whole process was starting. We did stop a couple times to the doctors because she was having trouble with a urinary tract infection. It had nothing to do with this at all. And we stopped because we had to get antibiotics on the road quickly. But that's no big deal. We had actually a pretty good trip down. We had a lot of fun, did some filming, and had some fun. We get to Quartzsite. We were there for 5 or 6 weeks. I don't know exactly how long, but over a period of time, she began to get worse and worse and worse to the point where she couldn't even walk from our camp to another camp. She couldn't walk.
I couldn't walk from my chair to the bathroom.
Yeah. From her chair to the bathroom, our rig is
32 feet.
It's 32 feet long, but that's 30 feet from bumper to bumper. So where she walked was probably 15 feet, and she'd be.
Yeah, I had to sit down.
So we went along, and it got worse and worse and worse and worse. And so finally, she wanted to go get checked. So we went up to this is nothing against. Well, it is against the first emergency place. It's not the emergency room at the Parker Hospital. Let's put it that way. It was a walk-in across the street from the Mexican restaurant and Walmart practically. Okay, so anyways, let's just say we went there. The lady told her to go on a carnivore diet. Everything will straighten out. So
your lungs are clear.
Whatever, your lungs are clear. Whatever.
That was the day after Christmas.
So we go and we buy meat. And we buy eggs, and we buy meat and eggs, and we start feeding her the carnivore diet. Well, she just goes deep, right? Down, done. Next thing you know, we're taking her to the Parker Hospital.
Well, we went back to the same walk-in, and she wanted to send me by ambulance.
Yeah, and she wanted to send her by ambulance, which is like a mile away. Honest to God, guys, it's like a mile away. So Susie came out and said to me, well, she said, I can't do nothing for you. You need to go to the emergency room at the hospital. She wanted an ambulance to come. I mean, I'm right outside. She's not dying, right? So it's a mile and a half away tops. We went over to the hospital, and she went in. She got, I don't know, some
great treatment,
some tests, great treatment, wonderful doctor, very, very nice doctor. And she put down congestive heart failure. Okay, so we all know if you've had
which my mom died from, so it's very scary.
We all know if you've ever had anybody in your life or yourself ever had congestive heart failure going on, it's freaking serious.
Scary.
Okay, scary. And the scariness doubles, triples, quadruples when you're in the middle of the desert and you got one doctor telling you to go on the carnivore diet, and the next doctor is telling you that you're having, heart failure, which we know isn't true because she just had an echocardiogram back at home and her heart's fine. Well, your heart don't just go down into the shitter in 4 weeks. So, but still, that freaked us out. She had a little bit of fluid on her lungs. That freaked us out. And we decided, well, instead of trying to get appointments down in the Quartzsite area and all that, we had nobody on our side. Nobody really seemed to really care, to be honest with you. Not that it was bad.
We didn't have a primary care, so that made a difference. We just didn't have a
primary care doctor. Right. We should have lined up a primary care doctor to begin with, and we will next year. As soon as our feet hit the ground, we will, both of us, not just her.
Well, we kind of worked on it, but it wasn't for months down the road. It just
didn't happen, right? So we're going to do it instantly. We're going to
we'll do it before we even leave and get an appointment.
We'll get an appointment. As soon as we get there, we'll get in. We'll have a primary care.
That'll make a difference.
This may have made a difference. But anyway, we panicked because we live in Massachusetts, supposedly one of the best healthcare areas in the country. Our daughter is in the healthcare system. She helps us get appointments quicker than we could ever get appointments down there with nobody on our side. So we bolted home. Okay, great. So At one point, we're coming home, and I was trying to put in my 350 miles a day, and then she seemed like she was getting worse. She really did.
Getting worse.
So I'm panicking. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to drive overnight. So I drove overnight one night, and most of the day the next day I took a break. The next day I drove, and then I was going to drive overnight again, and she stopped me. She said, no. And she's right, because at that point we couldn't get into the doctors any sooner than we could get home anyway. So I'm driving like an a-hole for nothing, trying to get her home to get her to a doctor quicker than she couldn't have got to anyway. So I backpedaled and relaxed. But anyways, she's gone to the doctors. You've gone to...
I've been to the heart doctor. I've been to the lung doctor. And both are fine. My lungs are fine. My heart's fine. They seem to think it was a virus that I caught.
She went to a heart specialist.
So the virus seems to have done whatever to my breathing. Even though my lungs are fine, it's made me very short of breath.
And so
I'm still having trouble with that. I'm not nowhere near as bad as I used to be. I can actually, 2 weeks ago we went to Walmart and I couldn't breathe through the whole store.
She was done. I was worried.
Like,
she was leaning.
I was
against the counter,
through
against the cash
store.
register, okay? And so I'm like freaking out. Twice on the way home, backpedal a little, twice on the way home, she didn't look good. I was looking for mile markers and I was going to call 911 because I was scared. I don't know where hospitals are. If she ever went downhill in a hurry, we're screwed.
And that's why I was hurrying to get home so fast.
Anyways, so.
But yeah, I am doing better. The good news is, I think maybe, it's been like 8 weeks now that I've been sick. So 8 weeks down the road, or we might be starting week 9 now at this point.
Somewhere in the ballpark. I mean,
yeah,
give or take, the exact timing is not really the point,
right.
But she's getting better is the point.
Finally getting there,
right.
Yes.
Like, for instance, today she walked up and down our road quite a ways.
I'm doing more walking,
When we first got home, she couldn't walk from our bathroom. We live in like a long mobile home, I get that, but still, it's not a long walk from the bathroom door to her seat, and she'd be devastated. She couldn't do dishes. She couldn't do shopping. She couldn't lift Spike. She couldn't do anything, okay? But now, she's getting better.
Finally, yay!
And so, we wanted to let you all know what's up, because I know everybody's wondering why we left Quartzsite.
A lot of people thought it was him.
Yeah, a lot of people thought I was sick. A lot of people thought she was sick. They don't really know the whole story. We didn't mean to just leave you all in the lurch, but we've been trying to get it figured out ourselves before we let you all know, because to be honest with you, we didn't know. After the barrage of doctors and so forth and so on, they've come to the verdict that, like Stu said, like it's a virus which triggered her lupus a little bit, which made her lupus activate, which made her feel like crap, which made her have to go back on prednisone. Her breathing still ain't right, but she's in the right direction, okay? So that's all that matters. So right now, what we're looking forward to is getting through the year, getting her healthy, and we're fixing to go back to Quartzsite because it's not dangerous, it's not toxic, it's a wonderful place to go. It all depends on who you hang with and where you hang as to whether you're going to be in any kind of toxicity or danger. Just want to put that straight because that's been bothering me since, well, you all know who put that up. And there's reasons for that, but I'm not going to get into that. You can go over to Blind Views and check him. He'll tell you all about it. That's not what we're about. What we're about is to tell you that we love Quartzsite. We hated to leave. We can't wait to get back. We have wonderful friends there.
We're very safe.
We are actual snowbirds, and I had to go out and buy a snow shovel, and we've had 3 feet, 3 inches of snow since we've been home. So both of us don't want to be here. And in fact, we probably could have stayed in Arizona, and she probably would have been just fine in the long run. But
if we had known it was a virus.
But, if we had known, correct. But when they said congestive heart failure, we panicked, we bolted, we hated to leave Quartzsite, and we still hated not to be at Quartzsite. It's killing us.
Every morning he goes out with the puppies. He thinks
it's
about
freaking
Quartzsite.
freezing. We've had below 0 temperatures here regularly. It's been horrible. Snowbirds shouldn't be here. So next year we're looking to go back to Quartzsite, and her ass is going to stay there no matter what. I'll nurse her through it, whatever I got to take. But hopefully she gets all better, and we get to do some more hikes together and stuff like that, because it's been several years now, 2-3 years since she's been able to really do anything with any kind of strenuous activity.
Been 2 years, it'll be 3 years.
It was lupus, and then it was infections, and then it was kidney infections, then it was kidney stones, then it was gallstones, and then it was more UTI infections, then it was a virus, and then it was lupus again, and then it was this, and there was diverticulitis, and
twice.
It's just been one thing after another with this poor girl. Okay.
For the last 2 years, is it 2 years? No, it'll be 3 years this July.
Yeah, that's what I said. Going on 3
that
soon.
I got diagnosed with lupus.
So we made a
So
decision.
hopefully it is done,
Right.
and it's straightening out, and hopefully we're going to be on the upside.
Right. And we made a decision as far as our lives go. We're not going to do lives anymore. And there's reasons for it. One is, for me, it's a lot of pressure. I don't like to worry about it all day. I don't like to sit there for an hour and try to read comments and all this other stuff. Sue likes it. Sue loves it. Sue, she's not devastated because we're not doing it or anything like that. But here's the thing. There's been multiple times when we haven't been able to do something because we have a live on Sunday, okay? None of that anymore. I'm going to need Sundays to go out and film. I don't have enough content right now to get me through, so we're going to need Saturdays and Sundays to do things, first of all. Second of all, if we're going to put up a weekly video and let you all know what we did last week, our highs, our lows, and how close we are getting to Quartzsite, how work's going, how Sue's health is going. I hope all the ones that were at the lives will come on and look at those videos. And guess what? We can answer every single comment instead of missing half the comments because we're not paying attention to everything that's on the screen, guys. Okay? So, anyways, anybody that's here that did our lives, we thank you. It has nothing to do with you all. It has to do with us. And we think that it would fit into our schedule and into our person-to-person contact here on YouTube. It would help. I think we would have more contact with people. And I don't think anybody will have a problem coming around watching us two knuckleheads
Two crazy people.
for less than 15 minutes. If you all spend an hour with us,
And I just want to say, hopefully it's not going to be about my health. Hopefully my health is going to be
Yeah,
perfect.
and
it's not going to be about my health.
Updates, and we'll give you.
But I don't want it to be about my health. I want it to
stuff,
be
not
not
stuff around here.
something we
Well,
have to
if
talk
she gets
about.
better, we'll tell you.
Right.
And if we're not saying nothing about it, is good news is no news. Let's just put it that way, okay? Because Sue feels bad. And I get it. It's become her identity all.
I don't
almost.
like that.
The first thing people say to her is, "How are you feeling?"
And
not,
it's niceness.
Not hi, not a hug.
Right.
Nothing else.
And it's out of sweetness.
How are you
totally.
feeling? And they mean it. And I do the same thing. I ask every single day, "How are you feeling?" Every single morning.
But I don't want it to be about. I don't want that to be my identity for sure.
So,
about first thing we talk about is my health.
Yeah.
No, I gotta get back to being a healthy person. So 3 years is enough time to give this, and now we got to move on.
Right. So, anyways, we have nothing against toxic, dangerous quartzite because, in our opinion, it's not toxic or dangerous.
No, we have great.
We're
time
looking
there.
forward to going back. We're going to go back a little earlier next year. Hopefully, we're going to get down there and spend time with our friends and be in the warmth. I want to be in warmth. Period.
He is hating this cold. So are the puppies. The puppies are not liking it
the puppies
either.
ain't liking it either. So, anyways, guys, if you like this video and you want to help us out, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't.
Comments are always great.
Please. It means a lot to our YouTube channel if you comment, because the more comments you get, the more YouTube pays attention to our channel, okay? We're just a couple of old knuckleheads. We'll never be a big channel, but we appreciate and love all of the ones that are part of our YouTube family, okay?
You guys have stood by us, and we thank you.
So we're going to try to get a video up every Wednesday or Thursday, and we're going to talk about what we did last week and talk about our life.
If we don't bore you guys to death.
And I still have plenty of, I'm still going to put up another video of, regular video. Okay, that'll be every single Saturday night at, I should say Sunday morning at 12, just like it has been. So we love you guys. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Please comment, and we'll see you later.
Yep. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.